Welcome to this video. Today we're going to talk about how you can learn English faster by having a very effective study routine. Of course, I'm Jennifer from jforrestenglish.com, and this channel is dedicated to helping you feel confident speaking English in public so you can take your career and your life to the next level. Now, before we go any further, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new lesson. Now, let's dive in with this video. Let's talk about how you can learn English faster by developing a very effective and powerful study routine. So I'm going to share 5 things that your study routine should include if you want to get results fast. Number 1, devote 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. It's going to be very difficult to get results if you only devote 1 day a week. Sometimes I hear from students, especially students who are very busy with their jobs, their kids, their responsibilities, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and they just don't feel like they have the time. So they spend an afternoon on Sunday. But let me tell you, spending 1 day a week, even if you spend 4 or 5 hours, you devote the entire afternoon. That's not very effective. Why? I won't go into the details, but that's not how our brains work. Our brains don't get results by getting 1 repetition a week. Our brains need constant repetition of actions in order for them to become automatic. So you would be way better off finding 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. If that seems impossible, then even 30 minutes a day, 3 days a week is way more effective than just once a week for 2 to 4 hours. Number 2, set a time in advance. Let's be honest, if you just wake up in the morning and say, today I'll study English at some point, I'll review that lesson, I'll log into the program or course I'm enrolled in at some point, it most likely won't happen. It's not that you're lazy or you don't have the dedication, but just life is going to happen. You're going to just have your day filled by responding to tasks that come up, emergencies that come up, other activities that come up. And at the end of the day, you're going to say, oh, I didn't do it today, but I'll do it tomorrow. And the cycle will repeat. But if you had a dentist appointment in your calendar for Monday at 3 o'clock, you would go to the dentist on Monday at 3 o'clock. So you need to plan the time in advance, at least the night before, but likely the best thing to do is plan your entire week in advance when you're going to study English. And even better than that is having a consistent time every single day. So every day at 6 a.m., I study English for 30 minutes. 6 a.m. is the only time I know I won't be interrupted by work meetings. I won't be interrupted by my kids because they're still sleeping. I won't be interrupted by anyone. So I'm going to wake up half an hour early at 6 a.m. and study English. So make sure you put it in your calendar and treat it like an appointment. Number 3, have a specific goal. So let's say you do step number 1 and 2, you're feeling really great because you decided, all right, 6 a.m., Monday through Friday, I'm going to sit down and study English. So you wake up at 6 a.m., you get your cup of coffee, you sit at your desk, and you start scrolling through random YouTube videos. You watch a few videos, you read a few things, and 30 minutes goes by, you end your session, and you really haven't learned anything. You need to have a very specific goal of what you're going to do during that 30 minutes. So when you are planning when you're going to study, also plan what you're going to study as well. I think this makes sense. Imagine you had a work meeting and there was no agenda for that work meeting. And everybody showed up and they're just like, what should we talk about? Of course, that's not going to be a productive work meeting. And the same thing for your study session. It won't be productive. You need to have a specific goal. Number 4, focus. This is a big one. You can't say that you spent 30 minutes studying if during that 30 minutes your email went off and you checked your email, you got a Facebook notification and you scrolled through your news feed, you went and got a cup of tea, you forgot you had to schedule a hair appointment and you did that as well. You can't really say you spent 30 minutes studying if that's what happened. So what do you need to do? You need to focus. And how can you focus? The best way to focus is eliminate distractions. So you know what you're going to study because you set the goal. So if you're going to study the present perfect for 30 minutes, well then get that up, the notes or the study material for the present perfect, and then shut everything else down. Shut down your email, turn off your phone and put it in another room. Get the cup of tea before the study session starts. And really important, set a timer. Set a timer for 30 minutes so you're not even tempted to spend time wondering what time it is. Just stay in focus mode for 30 minutes, and when that timer goes off, your study session is complete. Then if you did wake up half an hour early, at least you woke up for a reason because you were productive during that 30 minutes. And finally, number 5, reward yourself. Here's the fun part. When you complete your study session, reward yourself. Now, why would you do this? Because when we reward ourselves, what we're doing is we're going to actually release some dopamine in our brain. Dopamine is just that chemical that makes you feel really good. Now, what's going to happen is your brain is going to associate pleasure with the activity that you just did. So tomorrow, when you wake up at 6 a.m. and you're like, oh, I'm so tired, it will be easier to wake up because your brain knows it's going to be rewarded once that study session is over. So this is just a way that you can get your brain working for you by reinforcing the pleasure associated with the action. Now, how can you reward yourself? Your brain only needs a very simple reward to release dopamine. So for example, when you spend 30 minutes dedicated to your English, check your Facebook. That's all your brain needs. Check your Facebook and your brain will release a little bit of dopamine. How else can you reward yourself? Well, you can play a song you really like and dance around if that makes you feel happy. You can eat a piece of chocolate, not a whole chocolate bar if you're going to do this every single day, right? One piece of chocolate or one piece of a food item that you really like, maybe some peanuts if you like salty things. Or you can call a friend and talk for 5 minutes. You know, just find something very simple that you enjoy doing, and just 5 minutes of reward time will help you release dopamine and reinforce that activity. So if you follow these 5 steps, you're going to develop a very effective, a very powerful study routine that's going to help you learn English fast. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe. And before you go, make sure you head on over to my website, jfortisenglish.com, and download your free speaking guide. In this guide, I share 6 tips on how to speak English fluently and confidently. And until next time, happy studying! Awesome job! You're well on your way to reaching your goals and developing a really powerful study routine. Let me know in the comments how it goes, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!